What's up? Today is Saturday, September 23rd. It's about 4:48 p.m. Okay, so let's get this straight. I'm being terrorized and victimized in my own house by FBI, the United States government. And according to you, I need psychological help. You know, before I started my YouTube channel back in 2014, I never had a social media account. I had an email account, but that's it. I never had any Facebook, YouTube, Snapchat, Instagram, MySpace, or none of that other shit. None of it. Not even when MySpace was out and MySpace was famous. My Facebook page, just like my YouTube account, started in 2014. Now, I'm being victimized and terrorized in my own house by the United States government via the FBI. I've been victimized and terrorized for the past 5 years, since 2012. And I've never had any social media account. Like I told you, I have no criminal convictions of any kind. They got me fired from my FedEx job, from which I was well on my way to becoming a contractor, basically self-employed. They have been keeping me from getting work since they got me fired. I no longer have internet in my house because of FBI. They kept putting a virus on my computer. They kept interfering with my internet connection, slowing it down to the point where it was completely unusable. You click on something, all you see is the thing spinning. These people with these low frequency weapons, of course, they took Monica Devon out. All of the FBI agents that I identified in my lawsuit against them, although the lawsuit has been dismissed because the judge said the lawsuit was frivolous, all of the FBI agents that I identified in my lawsuit through their tags, they no longer come over to that house. Now, don't you find that a little bit suspicious? Yeah, now they got, I think the bitch is white, but I'm pretty sure the bitch is black. And I don't even know if this is her real name, Kimberly Matthews. Or at least that's what the information came up under the tag. She drives that Chevy Tahoe. You know where to go for the pictures. And those of you on YouTube, you can look at the video showing the FBI vehicles. She drives the Chevy Tahoe. That's probably not even her real name. You know, they make up identities. They make up identities so that these FBI agents can work undercover. And the skinny nigga driving that black Infiniti with tinted windows, his information comes up to an 88-year-old man that lives in New York. So they pretty much whitewashed, and I'm using the word white. They whitewashed the information out of the system. Some of their tags wasn't even in public record. So these people using these weapons, and if you look at the other video, you just go back and just glance at some of the videos, just the first few seconds of it, you see how I show you, I videotaped it for you. Now, some of the videos where I used to have a camera before it broke. I used to have a digital camera from which I recorded levels. I let the camera run all night long. I let the camera run all night long while I was asleep, recording levels. I even let it record all day a couple of times while I was out of the house. Now, while I was out of the house, the terrorist bitches turned it down. When I came home, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, depending, When I came home, the terrorist bitches turned it up. Like they still do. Like they still do. When I go home, all of a sudden, the levels go up. And they know when I'm coming home because they're tracking my phone and they're tracking my mother's car with the GPS system. GPS navigation system. So they know when I'm coming home. They know where I'm at right now. And they'll come driving past who I am. In case you're wondering, I'm out at Owings Mills. Over that direction is the old Rosewood State Hospital property. That's to my right. County police use it as a training facility. And over here to my left, you can see that blue sign right there. I don't know if you can see it, but it's the Jemison School. Private school for white people. Out here in Owings Mills. I'm standing just off the road of Garrison Forest making this video. So, as I said, before 2014, I had no social media accounts. Had no reason for them. I don't get on there and friend people, message people, direct message, indirect, posting comments on their pictures. I mean, that's not important to me. If I want to talk to somebody, I'll do it in person. Friend to somebody, leaving messages for people on social media accounts, that's not my thing. Putting pictures up on the internet, taking pictures every 5 minutes of every little thing. Again, that's not for me. That's not my thing. That's not what I do. Other people, they find it okay to do that. I don't. You don't need to know where I've been unless I know you. You don't need to know what I'm doing unless I know you or I want to tell you. You don't need to know what I'm eating. You don't need to know every little detail of my life. And this is what the United States government really wants you to do. See, they use these social media things to pretty much track your life. These social media accounts, they know where you've been. So if you go out and commit a crime, they're going to go back and look in those locations. If you have the location activated on your phone, if you have the location feature activated on your phone, they know exactly where you are every day of your life. So if the location feature on your phone is turned on, everywhere that you've ever been, as long as you've had that phone, they can find out and they can track you. It's all being stored on the phone company's computers, and you can't delete it. You as the customer can't do anything about it. Now, even if you turn the feature off, they can still track you by pinging your phone. Now, if you put your phone in airplane mode, they can't track you. You turn your phone off, take the battery out, they can't turn the microphone on or the camera. They can remotely turn on your microphone and listen to your conversations like they're doing right now to a whole lot of people. They can remotely turn on your camera and see where you are and what you're doing and who's around you. Don't think that they can't. So, for those of you, well, actually for everybody that owns a phone, it would be wise to put a piece of tape or something over your camera. Both of them, if you have two. Put a piece of tape over it until you're ready to use it, then take the tape off. They, FBI, all the shit they've been doing to me, the headaches, they never stopped. They still give me headaches every day. I'm still coughing and throwing up every day. They're still dehydrating me every day. Now, while they slacked up on making me piss every 5 minutes, that don't mean they stop. Now, I peed, 3 times today. It's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, in the evening. When I got up, while I was in the shower, whatever, I peed out here. Well, I stopped to pee somewhere and peed again when I got here. They slacked up on making me pee every 5 minutes, but that don't mean they stopped dehydrating me. They still make me sweat profusely. You know, they turn that thing, when I get up in the morning, I take my blood pressure medication, they turn that thing, causing me a real bad headache, and making my body feel like it's hot. And as I'm standing here, you can't see it with this camera, but the FBI spy plane is flying over right now. You can't really see it, and this having on this particular camera, you can't really, I can't zoom in, but you can see the plane flying over like the motherfucker do, follow me around. But anyway, like I was saying, in the morning, they turn that weapon, giving me a real bad headache and making it feel like I'm hot. Now, this morning in my house, this morning it was 60 degrees when I got up. I'm sitting in the middle room like I do because I have no TV in my bedroom. I get up, I go into the middle room, turn the TV on, take my blood pressure medication. I sit down, watch a little TV, depending on what day it is. During the week and on weekend or on Saturdays, I watch the Today Show. I'll flip back and forth between the Today Show and CBS This Morning. During the week anyway. CBS This Morning, then I watch CBS This Morning Saturday. On Sundays, Willie Geist or whatever comes on. And Sunday today on 13 or CBS. And then, I'll go and get something to eat. I'll go and get something to eat breakfast, put something in my stomach, and start, go and take my shower and start my day. I'm sitting down in the car now, as you can probably tell. Okay, so I'm in my house, and I'm always documenting the levels. I'll document for a few minutes. This phone can't record for hours. Even if I have it plugged up, it don't record for hours. But I can record for about an hour or so. Let it record, showing you the levels while I'm in the shower, when I get out of the shower. Now, don't think just because they turn it down, they're not still affecting me with this weapon. And it's not coming from the TV, it's not coming from the computer or any light or anything electrical in my house. Now, some people say, it's coming from the smart meter. No, it's not. I've been documenting since 2014. They didn't put the smart meter in my house until 2016. They say, it's coming from your TV or the computer or something like that. No, it's not. Remember, I made videos. I turned the electricity off in my house. I turned the electricity off in my house at the breaker box and went around my house in the same areas where I be at and documented the levels. BGE on several occasions turned the electricity off because they were doing line maintenance. Because they were doing line maintenance, they turned the electricity off. And when they did, I recorded and showed you the levels. And you can hear me coughing because I'm so dehydrated, my throat is so dry, and you saw me just drink some Gatorade. I'm so dehydrated to the point that my feet cracks and bleeds. My skin is so dry that it cracks and bleeds. Now, I'm 42 years old. I've never had any problems. Like I told you in the other video that I made last night, I've only been in the hospital 5 times in my life. And one of those times, FBI put me there. I've never had any serious health problems. You know, I don't go to the hospital just to be going. I don't go to the hospital just to be going. I don't take medication just to be taking it. But since they started using this weapon on me, I've been having to suck medication up like it's candy because of them. No matter how much medication I take, medication can't fight a weapon that's causing problems. That's like trying to put saran wrap around yourself to stop a bullet. You can't use saran wrap to stop a bullet. Same way, you can't medicate. No matter how many aspirins you take, no matter how much medication you take to relax your stomach to keep from throwing up, that medication cannot fight a weapon that's causing me to throw up every day, a weapon that's causing me to dehydrate. No matter how much Gatorade I drink, no matter how much water and tea I drink, this is a weapon doing this. This is a weapon making me sick. A weapon in the hands of the United States government is like putting the biggest nuclear warhead in the hands of Kim Jong-un. Yeah, I said it. The North Korean president, you give him the biggest nuclear missile and he's going to launch it right at the United States. Same thing. You give the United States a weapon that they can use to terrorize and harass people, and they're going to do it. Don't forget where you live at. Don't forget where you live at. You live in the United States. The United States government, the United States itself, was founded on crime. The United States was founded on crime. Remember that. I don't think I should have to keep bringing up slavery or any war that the United States has ever been in. The United States is the only country, and I keep bringing this up because it's part of your history. And until we leave this planet and start over, all of this that I'm saying is going to always be part of your history. The United States is the only country on this planet that has been in some sort of conflict with every country on this planet. Look it up. Look it up. You don't have to read all about it. Just look it up. The United States is behind all of the violence that's taking place around the world. Now, they'll tell you, well, the United States government will say, oh, we don't attack and terrorize and kill our own citizens. Yeah, they do. They do it every day. They just do it on the local level and call it city police, county police, state police. White people are so scared of us that If a cop rolls up on a black male, he's pulling his gun out on him. Somebody can call the police. Somebody can call the police and say that, well, let me rephrase that. Somebody white can call the police and say that there's a suspicious black man in their neighborhood. And when the police come, they're going to jump out with their guns drawn. If, and I'm saying if they don't jump out with their guns drawn, it's going to be 5 or 6 cops, maybe even more, to roll up on that one black man that's simply walking down the street. It's going to be 5 or 6 cops rolling up on this black man and treating him just like he just shot the president. They're going to draw guns on him, slam him to the ground, handcuff him, and do all this other stuff. And he's simply walking down the street. We've all seen videos. Everything that you do in this country is always going to be about race. The United States government, and as happening to me, they pulled out all of the white agents, all of the white FBI agents. They pulled them out of that house, 3615 East Lombard Street, and they left all of the black agents in there. As I've been telling you, the one that drives the gray Accord, the gray Infiniti, now the black Infiniti, the Chevy Tahoe, the Honda Crosstour, and all those other vehicles. When I put those white FBI vehicles on YouTube, they all of a sudden Kevin Perkins retired. Kevin Perkins retired, and they put the nigger in there, Gordon Johnson, and that's when all the white people started being pulled out. The white people either asked to be reassigned or moved to a different aspect of what they call an investigation. Now, ask yourself a whole bunch of questions. This man is getting sick. He's ending up in the hospital. He's coughing and throwing up. He's never had any major health problems besides high blood pressure, which did not cause my heart attack. This man who's relatively healthy, and blood pressure, high blood pressure runs in the black community, period, even if you're skinny. But ask yourself these questions. Why is this man getting sick, and yet his neighbors are not getting sick? My neighbors at 3611 have not reported. Even the neighbors that lived there before the ones that just moved in weren't reporting getting sick. My mother's not getting sick. The people at the gas station are not being affected by it. That's because they got this weapon pointed directly at me in such a way. They got it on the first floor, pointed up at an angle, right at my bed, or right at the middle room where I use my computer. This is what they do. I mean, no first offense handgun charge. Even though I had a silencer with me, no first offense handgun charge requires 24-hour surveillance. And then why did they get me fired from my job? For what reason would FBI have to contact FedEx and tell them that I was arrested and received probation? FedEx refused to take me back even after the charge was flipped to a probation before judgment. So FBI pretty much told them that I was a terrorist or a criminal of some kind, whatever they told them. Why would they contact people and keep me from getting work? This is what they do. They blackball people, keeping them from getting work. Remember years ago, the guy that they claimed sent some anthrax to the White House? Remember that? He was a white guy. They got him fired from his job. I don't know if he's working now, but I'm pretty sure he got a job. They got him fired from his job and put this man all over the news saying he sent some anthrax to the White House and he didn't even do it. They don't care about you. They will use you for whatever they can, and then they will throw you to the wolves. They will throw you in that snake pit or that crocodile pit. For all of those CIs or confidential informants, snitches, whatever you want to call them, you going back telling the police and the feds, whatever. You got to remember, these people don't care about you. You live in the same neighborhoods we do. These people will work undercover. They will create some fake identity, and then they will move into our neighborhoods like they moved in next door to me. They will create these fake identities, move into your neighborhoods, come into your neighborhoods to perpetrate committing crimes, but you never actually see them commit a crime. They never actually commit a crime in front of you, and they never actually go to jail. You get arrested, you go to jail. They get arrested. Where are they? How come why weren't they sent to the same jail you were? But yet, when you see them 5 years later, they claim they got locked up. All you gotta do is ask the right question. All they did was get reassigned to another state or something. You might not want to admit to yourself that the United States government commits crimes against its own citizens. You might not want to admit to yourself that the United States government has this weapon, these very low frequency mind control weapons. You might not want to admit to yourself that people are being victimized and terrorized by the United States government. You might not want to admit that to yourself, but you know it's true. Earn Alexis, the Navy Yard shooter, is the reason why I knew exactly what to look for when they started using this weapon on me. Now, I have just a basic high school education. I graduated from high school, but that don't mean I'm stupid. I know a lot about technology. And if I had the money, believe me, I would show you what I know about technology. Edward Snowden, high school dropout. Edward Snowden, high school dropout. NSA approached this white man. NSA approached him. He went back, got his GED, then went through a couple of months of college. He never finished. He never actually graduated from college. And then he ended up working for NSA. Edward Snowden, the man is now living in Russia, living in an embassy in Russia, scared to come back to the United States because he exposed the United States government for violating your privacy rights. Now, we're supposed to have privacy rights. We're supposed to be able to, and there's the FBI bit spy plane again. You probably can't see it, but you see his bitch ass flying over again. See him flying over, and there's something, I don't know what it is, but it's something with a I don't know if that's a plane. Doesn't look like a plane, but whatever it is, it's right there. The sun is bouncing off of it. But anyway, you're supposed to have privacy. The United States is supposed to obtain warrants to listen to your phone calls, read your emails and text messages. You know, but they hacked everybody's phones, listening to everybody's phone calls, reading everybody's text messages and emails, and Edward Snowden exposed it. Now, without that proof, nobody would have believed him. Edward Snowden got the proof. Now, he worked for them. He was in their house, so he knew how to get the information. I don't work for them FBI bitches. Never have, never will. I'm not a cop, never will be a cop. Never have, never will. Now, in the last video the other video that I made, I asked you to help me prove it. Well, help me prove it. You want proof? Stop talking all that bullshit. Stop leaving anonymous bullshit ass messages saying go get psychological help or go see a psychiatrist or go see some medical help. Stop leaving all them bullshit ass messages and help me prove it. You might not want to admit to yourself that it exists, but if you want to know the truth, help me prove it. That's all you got to do. Help me prove it. I'll prove it to you. I just need the right equipment. Edward Snowden, he had the right equipment. He worked for them. So he had the proof. I don't work for them. But they got the weapons next door to me. Living in a house next door to me. They have the weapons right there. I just need to prove it. I have partially proved it with the videos that I've been posting. All of those levels, they're not normal to my house. I know it and you know it. I know it because I'm looking at the levels every day. And you know it from looking at the videos that I show you. Those videos clearly shows it's not normal. They turned it down to all zeros, 0.0, negative 0.0, and negative 0.1. The meter has only an on and off switch. You can't get that to go down to a negative number unless something artificial made it go down to a negative number. I could hold that thing up against a TV and then pull it away, and it should go down to all zeros. All zeros. It would never go down to a negative number. Never. Even if the battery's low, even if I was to throw it up against the wall, stomp on it, crack it, it would never go down to a negative number. You will have to have a machine, something artificial, so a machine that will actually make it go down to a negative number, which is what they have in that house. I recorded how you hear I hear through the walls, and I set the recorder up so you could hear it. That grinding sound, that noise that you hear coming through the walls in the videos where I tell you they're changing the tape. They're changing the tape on their recording device. It takes them about 10 to 15 minutes to change the tape. And yes, the terrorist that's in there now, yeah, that bitch changed the tape too. yesterday morning, I think it was around about 6 something, the terrorist bitch was sitting over there changing the tape 6 o'clock in the morning. Had the volume down a little, but I still heard it right through the walls. My walls have no sound insulation. My walls have no weather insulation. But the wood paneling that's on the wall is on top of some drywall. And if you take that drywall down, you see nothing but brick. Help me prove it. You want to know the truth, help me prove it. If you don't want to put no money into helping me prove it, if you don't want to help me get the equipment that I need to prove it, keep your comments to yourself. Keep your comments to yourself, really. If that's all you got to do is sit around and watch videos, which I'm pretty sure who's ever leaving the comments is FBI. You know, because that's what they do. The same way they're putting my personal information into insurance websites and having people call me all hours of the day saying, I signed up online for some insurance, which I didn't do. You know, help me prove it. All they doing is harassing me. They harassing me, terrorizing me, and assaulting me in my own fucking house. I'm being terrorized and victimized in my own house. You might not want to believe it, but you know it's true. So help me prove it. Keep your comments to yourself. If you're not gonna help me prove it, just shut up. Just shut the fuck up and go watch somebody else's videos. Because you're not helping any at all. Really, you're not. So, I'm going to make this the end of this video. I'm going to head out and post it. Go to the library and post it. And, I mean, just because the judge threw my lawsuit out, that don't mean anything. It's not going to stop me, and that's not going to make me back down from proving what these terrorist bitches are doing. If they want us gone so bad, they should fund my project, and I will get people off of this planet that want to live in peace. But then again, if I was to have the money for my project to get people off of this planet, to build a ship to get people off of this planet, you know they try to take it from me. They don't want no niggas leaving this planet before they do. That's for damn sure. They don't want no niggas or spics or whatever other derogatory racist name they call us. They don't want us leaving this planet before them. Why you think it hasn't been any more blacks or Latinos going up to that tin can floating around out in space called the space station? Yeah, that's why. If they had the technology to actually go to Mars, guarantee you the first people that would go would not be black. Now, like I told you, everything is about race. Everything. So, stay tuned. I'll keep you updated.